Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third live talk of the day. I hope everyone's been enjoying the conference so far. I'm Yashu, and I'm a vet student at RVC and president of our Zoological Society. And I'm really excited today to be hosting Kellen for this talk on coastal birds. So, just a bit about Kellen before we begin. Kellen studied her BSc and BSc Honors in Diversity and Ecology at Stellenbosch University. Kellen then joined NVT, Nature's Valleys Trust, in March 2014 as a volunteer, and then joined the team as a postgraduate student. Since then, she's completed a master's in pollination ecology with the University of KwaZulu-Natal and now oversees NVT's volunteer and internship program. Just a reminder that you guys can post your questions in the YouTube stream comments or via so that we can see them and post them up here for you at the end of Kellen's talk. So yeah, take it away, Kellen.
Awesome. Morning, guys, and thanks so much for joining me for the talk. So today I'm going to be talking to you about part of our Share the Shores program, which is looking at conserving beach breeding birds in a dynamic urban context. So unfortunately, my colleague Brittany, who heads up this research, couldn't join us today, so I'm filling in for her. So hopefully do her program justice for you all. So some context. So our coastal areas are under pressure. So there are 3 billion people living along the coastline worldwide, and that number is expected to double by 2025. In South Africa, coastal tourism and coastal development are major growing industries, and this is starting to put some pressure on the animals that live in the area. And then adding to that the rise in sea levels, we are slowly going to find ourselves with land competition between ourselves and the birds. And we are basically running out of space along our coastlines. So to give you a little bit of background as to how this research came about. So about 33 years ago, Peter Ryan, who's one of our top researchers with regards to shorebirds, did a survey along the coastline of the Western Cape for the white-fronted plover and found that they appeared to have low breeding success, and this was due to disturbances by people and particularly dogs. And during that time, we had no dog control on our beaches. Rewind to present, where he then did a second survey, and he found that the white-fronted plover population had declined by 40% in the Western Cape in those 30 years. There was a 70% reduction in density across the Western Cape, and they no longer bred on at least 3 beaches in the Cape Town area, and no one had picked up on this decline for our white-fronted plovers. Just this map here on the right for you is of the Plettenberg Bay area, which is found in the Garden Route and is where I'm based. And it's just showing you where our white-fronted plovers breed. So they breed on 3 beaches in Plettenberg Bay, on 1 beach in Keelbooms, and then they also breed on the beach in Nature's Valley. So just a little bit of background on the species. So white-fronted plovers are masters of disguise, and they are extremely cryptic and blend very well into their sandy backdrop. And this anti-predation adaptations obviously evolved over hundreds of years. And when you are only concerned about predation, then it's an adaptation that works very well. But unfortunately, predation is not the only thing these birds need to worry about now. And people and dogs are starting to impact them quite negatively. This cryptic behavior of theirs makes trampling of nests and birds, particularly the chicks, a real concern for us. So if you haven't picked up yet, if you look at this picture over here, there in the background is a plover nest. So they basically make little nest bowls in the sand, and that's where they lay their eggs. And when the adults get up off the nest, they then still cover the eggs with a bit of sand. So you can see that the nests are very, very well camouflaged. And if you didn't know better, very easily stepped on. In this picture over here, you can see over there is our little white-fronted plover chick hiding away from danger. And you can see there as well how well this little chick blends into the vegetation and the sand around it. With regards to warning calls, so when danger approaches, adults call out for the chicks to drop. And the chicks will literally drop wherever they are. This is just a few examples to show you. A lot of the time when we're looking for them, we find them ducked down here in people's footprints. Over here, this little guy thought this little leaf would be the perfect hiding spot, and that's where he dropped down. And then quite often you'll find them hiding under plants as well as driftwood. Another behavior that the parents will exhibit in order to try and protect their eggs and their nests is that they will actually fake injury. So they will make it look like they've got a broken wing or some kind of injury to draw your attention to them and away from their eggs and chicks. In this one, this mom was very brave, and she actually stayed by her nest when we went to check on the eggs, and she's trying to protect her eggs by making it look like this wing is broken. Another aspect with your plovers is that they're long-lived. So oldest record we have on a white-fronted plover is 15 years old. And this makes it difficult to observe changes in numbers, as the numbers will remain constant for a long period of time, but when the older generation starts to die off, this is when you will only notice dramatic decline in numbers if your breeding success remains low.